Okay, so hopefully it won't be too loud, but Sweets is in their plan, so we'll see how that goes. Trying to do something, so sorry. But I got this Ask Her Snowy, and oops, that's weird that it did that. But anyway, so I got this Ask Her Snowy, and somebody wanted to know. I'm gonna do that. I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, their formatting's jacked up. Hold on. What? Sorry, folks. That's what happens when you try to do two things at once. But I got this Ask Her Snowy. Be sure to join the um, Discord, which is going to be down in the description box below. This person said that they helped a friend of theirs. A friend of theirs asked for their help, and so they gave their friend help when their friend asked for it. They go on to say that a relative of theirs didn't ask for help. However, this person offered help for their very close relative. And when I say close relative, we're talking sibling, okay? Because they mentioned it's their sibling. They mentioned that the sibling said, "No, I'm good. I appreciate the offer, but I'm good." And so what he's referring to is he's saying that his friend basically was without a job, needed help, needed money, and he helped get his friend moved to closer to their family, to that person's family. And so he said, since then, this person has paid him back. And he told him he didn't have to, but his friend paid him back. Sounds like a pretty good group of people, because the guy writing to me helped his friend out, but his friend helped him back by paying him back, which is what you're supposed to do. And even though this guy didn't ask for it, the friend did that, right? So this person goes on to say that later on, they told their sibling kind of what happened. And their sibling is now upset because they don't live in the same state. But the sibling feels like they've been abandoned by their relative, by this person that wrote to me. And he says he doesn't quite understand this because he has offered help and the sibling declined it. And he said that, a lot of times he thinks that maybe it's because of pride, and maybe they didn't want to, seem like they need help or whatever the case may be. But he said that he had offered help. I don't know why it does that. That's weird. Can you put a no? Sorry, I'm trying to fill out this form and also do this at the same time, which I shouldn't, but that's what I'm doing. And now he wants to know what to do because he has tried to help his sibling, but they denied help early on. He's offered a few different times way before this incident between him and his friend, helping his friend out. And now this person says that, their sibling kind of avoids them, doesn't really talk to them much, that type of thing. And he wants to know what should they do. I will say this. Sometimes your siblings can be some of the most idiotic people on the planet. Just saying. I'm just saying, right? Sometimes they can be some of the best people. And one of the things that I've tried to do with the girls is teach them to definitely love each other and to help each other, because you oftentimes see stuff like this happen as folks get older. When you get older, people change so much that it's pretty sad. Someone asked, a question about making friends as you get older, that somebody told them, this was an Ask Her Snowy, and they said, someone told them that as you get older, once you get in your 30s, making friends is impossible. And I said, I absolutely agree with that, especially if you're a guy. If you're a man, making friends at in the mid 30s, if you, unless you were right there, you born and raised in the same area or whatever, making friends is damn near impossible. Because unless you, if you're a single guy, it may be a little bit easier, but it's still hard because typically you're going to come across guys, if you're working with them, guys that are married, and then you have that whole issue being a third wheel because a lot of times the spouse wants to hang out with the husband and et cetera, et cetera. I'm just speaking from just past situations. Whenever I was a single guy and had a friend, had a girlfriend, every time we wanted to go someplace, she wanted to hang out too. Or basically, you can't go places, you can't do stuff because some women are very, very insecure or jealous. And it could be that maybe the guy has done stuff to cause that. I don't know. But I can tell you it's very difficult. Trying to find a female that's going to be a friend is even more complicated because a lot of times women who will avoid you unless they feel that there's an opportunity that they can be with you, right? If they're not attracted to you or there's no interest, typically if you try to be friends with someone that's a female at this age, nah. Maybe I'm wrong, but unless they feel like there's an opportunity, if there was a guy that they were attracted to, this is what I'm trying to say. If a guy is single and they're attracted to the guy, they think there might be a possibility, they'll be your friend, right? If it's a single guy and a single chick. If they're married, you have a better chance of a female being a friend with you, but typically it's if you're coworkers. If you're a married guy, having a female friend, it's like almost next to impossible, especially if she's single. It's not going to happen most of the time. It just, the way society is, that's just how it is. So if you are just a regular person trying to have friends, it's almost non-existent this day and age. Why? Social media, a lot of different things, throwaway relationships, you name it, right? And when it comes to family, getting back on topic, you still have that same situation because a lot of times family members will expect certain things out of you. It's kind of like an expectation. I expect that you're going to do this or do that, and I shouldn't have to tell you, type of thing. And even though you told your sibling that, hey, if you need help, let me know, or I'm willing to do this and do that, and they said no, some of that's could be a bit of pride. Some of it could be that it's just the expectation that, they shouldn't have to tell you that they need help. And even though you're offering, just do it versus just saying, hey, if you need something, let me know. I don't know. The dynamics with siblings is very, very hard. Some people have it a little bit easier because their relationships are a little bit different, right? They, for whatever reason, I'm going to do this differently. Hold on. Download this as a PDF. That's just easier. The way that they were raised was different, right? But I understand when you're trying to help someone, but they're refusing the help. And then later, somehow it's your fault, right? For some reason, it's your fault that they're struggling or they're in the situation that they're in or whatever the case may be. It doesn't make any sense. But what I think the reality is that sometimes people don't want to take responsibility. Oh, what am I doing? People don't want to take responsibility for themselves. And it's unfortunate, but they don't want to take responsibility for themselves. And then when you help someone else, it's kind of like maybe they feel like it's a slap in the face. Why are you helping a complete stranger, but you're not a complete stranger, but you're helping someone who's not family and you're refusing to help family, right? There's some family that don't help each other for a reason. Like they don't care what the circumstances are. They're not going to help you, right? It doesn't seem like that's the case with you, but you have a sibling that pretty much doesn't want to, it seems like, accept responsibility for themselves. And I can understand that. Where you offer the help and it's there for the taking, but for whatever reason they don't take it, then when they really need something and you're busy or you're not able to offer that same amount of help, then they have an issue with it. But it's like that's their own fault. That's their own problem, unfortunately. And I hate to say that, but sometimes you just have to be completely honest. And, that's, I mean, that at the end of the day, I always believe in trying to help people and definitely help your relatives and your siblings if you can, right? If money's a different thing, and I don't necessarily believe in giving money to people because money brings out the worst. But um, when it comes to trying to help someone, you can't. That old adage of bringing a horse to water is true. You can bring them to water, but you can't make them drink. And if they didn't drink and now they're thirsty, that's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like you brought them there. You say, hey, there's a bunch of water right here. Nah, I'm good. You keep walking, and all of a sudden they're thirsty, but you're all good because you've done everything you needed to do. That's not your fault. So what I would say is basically, if it seems like the tone of everything has changed, I would basically bring it up. Just be real. Like, look, I offered to help you. I offered to do things for you. You didn't really think about what you needed. You didn't really think. And when someone else needed my help, I was there to offer. Now, if you want to offer to help them again, great. But I would give a little bit of pushback and say, like, you need to meet me halfway. If you need help, let me know. I can't read minds. And I think that's kind of part of it too, is that sometimes folks expect you to just read their mind. Read my mind and help me when I need it. Maybe I don't need it today, but maybe tomorrow afternoon I might need it. I'm not sure. And you're supposed to just be, all knowing of all things of when they need help. So I understand that. But for me personally, I would just push back and say, look, I offered to help you. You, at many different times, you didn't take it. That's on you. Now, that doesn't mean that, you're cut off forever. It just means that, whenever you need it, especially when it comes to money, sometimes people don't have the money that they once had at all different points. You see what I'm saying? Or the situations change. Sometimes the help that you're able to offer when you're offering is what you're able to offer at that time, but things change in life and you're not able to offer that anymore, right? So had they taken you up on the offer to begin with, everything would be good. But for whatever reason, their pride got in the way. That's not your fault. So anyhow, I don't know if that helped or not or made things worse. Make sure you join the Discord down in the description box below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and until next time, I will see you. Take care.